Unless you've been hiding under a rock, you'll have heard the news. We have a serious plastic problem. Ocean plastic, microbeads, overpackaging, China sending back all our recycling. But why are plastics so bad? Let's dig into it. First, what do we actually mean by bad? Plastics are pretty awesome at being plastics. They come in all different forms and they serve all sorts of functions. Without plastics, we wouldn't have computers, solar panels, space flight. So what's the problem? Well, to really understand how sustainable a material is, you need to look at its whole life cycle. Production, use, disposal. Or, for those of us who like to keep things simple, birth, life, and death. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Birth. Aww. Do we even know what a plastic is? Plastic, a synthetic material made from a wide range of organic polymers. Side note, the term plastic actually describes the property of the material. It's plastic. It can be easily shaped or moulded. Organic polymers describes the chemistry of plastic, the atoms it's made from. We're going to get into that next time. For now, we want to focus on a synthetic material. That means it's man-made. We invented plastics, and we make it from fossil fuel, crude oil, and natural gas. And that's its first black mark. Fossil fuels are a non-renewable resource. Once it's gone, it's gone. They are also, incidentally, dangerous, polluting, politically charged, and carbon intensive. And that's their second, pretty big, black mark. And 6% of the world's oil goes into making plastic. That's the same as aviation fuel. So plastics aren't exactly off to a great start. What's next? Life. Here, things start to look a lot better. Plastics get a bad rap. Get it? But when you look purely at their use, plastics are actually a very sustainable material. They are strong, but lightweight, so easy to transport. They can be durable, so they don't need replacing. They protect our products from food, and so reduce waste. There are, however, concerns about the chemicals in plastics leaching out while they're being used. But on the whole, plastics are actually a very sustainable choice for the time that they're being used. Which brings us nicely to the final piece of the puzzle. Death. What happens to plastics once we're done with them? I think you know what's coming. Plastics don't break down, at least not in the good way. We'll cover that in a later episode. And when something doesn't break down, it sticks around, wreaking havoc. Turtles eating plastic bags, albatross chicks being fed toothbrushes, cute fluffy animals stuck in six-pack rings. Bottle, please. I'm done with this. What shall I do with it? Chuck it? It ends up in our soils and oceans. New bottle, please. Landfill? Where it will sit for the next few hundred or thousand years. Recycle it. Much better option. Except that only 9% of the world's plastic is recycled. Or incinerate it. No. Yes. This is what happens to the plastic that you put in the bin that doesn't go into landfill. Or, worryingly, a lot of the plastic you think you're sending for recycling. Burning plastics makes heat for energy, which is good, apart from it also releases CO2 into the atmosphere and can produce some seriously hazardous emissions. So yes, we do have a plastic problem. But the problem isn't using plastic, it's how they're made and what happens to them once we're done with them. In the next few episodes, we're going to explore birth and death in more detail. First up, how do you actually make plastic? Get ready for some chemistry.